Hi, this is the effects of mobility on student learning and success. My name is Jennifer Suleiman, and this is for EDUC 511 with Dr. Maddox Foster. This presentation is going to look at student mobility through two lenses. The first one, student mobility due to socioeconomic reasons and the effects on student achievement, as well as mobility and student achievement in international schools. The first question we have to ask ourselves is, what is student mobility? Student mobility is operationally defined as movement in or out of a school or school system during the course of the academic year. Any school, whether international or in the United States, is going to experience some sort of mobility among students. Some schools, however, experience a high frequency of students coming and going during the school year. And why is this important to us as educators? The reason that this is important is because student learning is our focus. So if mobility is affecting student learning, then as educators, we need to understand the reasons for the mobility and how to help students who are moving. Below is a list of common reasons for student mobility in the United States. I think the most surprising fact for me from these was that some families are evicted from their homes and move their children multiple times during the year due to homelessness or eviction. So some of these reasons for moving in the United States, we can see that they're socially traumatizing. Adding to this, having to move from one school to another, maybe multiple times within the year, the effects that this will have on academics can be great. Okay, so here's a scenario. You're the child of migrant workers, you're 11 years old, and this is your third school this year. What kind of challenges are you likely to face? High stakes exam, new curriculum, no peer support, language barrier? Do you have a challenging home life? So the most crucial step in helping a student like this is to provide a strong base of support during the transition into the new school. The classroom needs to be safe, a safe haven, demonstrating teacher support and promoting peer acceptance. There is a large body of educational research that demonstrates that frequent school changes are predictors for declines in academic performance as well as in classroom participation, especially at the elementary age. And if we look at the reasons behind classroom participation being in decline or academic performance, most of this is related to the fact that social ties have been broken. This can also be looked at through the lens of Coleman's theory of social capital. So here are some of the ways that teachers can just really offer a solid base of support for these students. The mobility factor is not going away, but what teachers decide to do with these students and how they help them is key. Okay, so now we're going to switch gears a little bit and talk about something that educator John Hattie calls unmanaged mobility. Now, this can refer to within the United States or internationally. So now let's take a look at international schools. So understanding international schools, and we've looked at this, you can have the cases of frequent student mobility because of the nature of job postings. Therefore, what is in place for schools to help students transition in the United States must also be in place in international schools. So John Hattie concluded in his meta-study that the greatest detriment to academic success is mobility. Is there a difference in moving 7 times in international schools and 7 times in local schools? It all boils down to teacher and peer support.
Created using Powtoon.